committing to you that we're not going to rest, even if no other robbery committed between now and that time. The perpetrators who have done this to the community will pay for it.
And let me tell you something that I've been observing. This one about the Zozo and the state of emergency now my St. James or Hanover. And them not trap the criminal them in there and them let them go. You know where them come? Negril!
Asking for the police station to be fitted with at least 6 people. At this point we have inadequate amount to service the needs of the people.
It's an emergency.
It's an emergency.
What are we doing for the at-risk youth in the schools? And I think we need to address the young men that are coming out with nothing. Thank you.
Negril contributes something of about maybe 40% of the money that government collects from the industry. If we're talking about $4 or $5 billion. Negril does extremely very well.
And could do more.
And could do better and could do more. You have a minister, he goes around the whole world and he solicits business, he works as hard as ever.
Yes.
And to send the people to this country and to see what we are doing with them here, it's a traverse of justice. Until when we recognize that this is a serious industry and we depend on it solely, I have to say, because no other thing works in this country except tourism. Why is it that we are sitting in this meeting like we are begging the government to do things? Why does it sound to me like that? When all of us are in here, and there's many business people who are not here, who would have loved to be here but they can't be bothered. It's people like us who bother. I have been in this business for 50 odd years, ever since I became a man. And I've seen this town grow from strength to strength and to be taken over by hoodlums. It is a traverse of justice. It shouldn't happen. And a lot of us sit around and talk about it, but we do nothing about it. The government right this time is not doing one hell about it either. Because they sit in Parliament and Kingston and we have to beg them for a camera, we have to beg them for an eye, whatever you want to call it. This is not right. They should be here. People like the Minister of Justice should be right here sitting in front of us to what is going on. They should be sitting here. They should not be sitting there eating Sunday dinner when me can't eat it because I'm so upset in my stomach. And we get up every day and we talk and we talk and we talk. And there's nothing, I am assuming that when we leave this meeting, nothing is going to happen.
We want to leave this meeting, please, with solutions and how we are coming together as a team to assist the police to make sure these things stop happening in our community. So we need to leave this meeting with solutions, please.
And candidly speaking, Jamaica is a failed country as we speak. Because when you go on the internet today and you type in murder capital of the world, Jamaica comes up first. Because if the Bible is correct, and I'm absolutely certain that my Jehovah is correct, it says the wise men are from the west. So I want the police and I want the government to start tapping into the resources of the people. Stop tell people lie. I'm talking about the police now, that the police alone can do this. I'm just saying to the police, let's tap into the resources of the people. A giant neighborhood watch, camerization, camera, aiming up the street, aiming down the street. And people, stop cover. Most criminals are bullies and they are afraid. If we wise up and rise up, then we'll run away like chickens. And let me tell you something that I've been observing. This one about the Zozo and the state of emergency now my St. James or Hanover. And them not trap the criminal them in there and them let them go. You know where them come? Negril!
I know.
Because we're the capital of casualty and everything goes in Negril.
Exactly.
And it is absolutely critical that we understand that 30% of all the tourists that came to Jamaica last year was as a result of Airbnb. And in 7 years, it may be 50%. So our visitors are going to be extremely exposed. So we have got to get the citizens on board. Police alone can't fight it.
from now until around January 6th. So everything that we have mentioned in relation to the quick response team being in this space, they have been here already, and we are looking to continue that through to at least for the Yuletide season. The motorcycles that have been promised that are coming on board, we're expecting that will be also within this period. The issue of the public order in the town, I know that we have deployment, and you have mentioned it's that same radius from the bus park, right, along Lampere Road to Scotiabank and those places. Yes. You will see additional deployment there. Police personnel have put as part of the solution to the issues that we are facing in this space. Right? We are going to provide the communication, so your feedback is going to be necessary. The things that we mentioned here today, you are going to be the person holding us accountable. You said that there is going to be some police personnel here. I am here now. The place is blocked up, whatever it is. Make those communications. We bring that on board. Also, let us look at even being proactive. So you see something suspicious, right? It's not until a robbery is committed, but if you see a vehicle, personnel within this space that you are suspicious or not sure about, call it into the line. Even if you don't want to use WhatsApp group, there's a JSF tip line, 311. You can use that as well. 119. Control it, get that information, and we feed it into the police, and we can take necessary action to combat these things. As it relates to additional personnel, I am not going to say that we can get personnel assigned to the area between this period that I mentioned. However, we will be utilizing our assets from Area 1 to augment in the meantime. But we take on board that, yes, we do need a beefing up in terms of police presence within Negril. We are going to be utilizing our external assistance within the JCF to include the counter-terrorism and organized crime branch that will be supporting the activities within the space as we speak. We have also our joint military patrol, right, that is deployed within the space. So all those deployment resources, we are committed to continuing and to beef them up and to utilize as much covert activity as we can to immediacy treat with the issues of robberies and criminal activities that are taking place, especially from now into the Christmas period and beyond. We want to start 2024 on a good footing as well. I will also tell you that we are not resting. So even these persons who have been involved in these criminal activities recently within this space, we are not going to stop. Right now as we speak, the team is on it. We are putting things together. We are linking the investigations. We are using technology. And we will get to them. I am committing to you that we are not going to rest. Even if no other robbery committed between now and that time. The perpetrators who have done this to the community will pay for it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for this meeting. I think it was very successful. I cannot say how successful until some of the ideas or some of the solutions are put into action. I think the turnout was very good. The business people, they're very anxious, and they can, as one of them says, now we can rest easy that something's going to be done. And so I'm grateful to the community for coming out and wanting to help the powers that be. The chamber called the meeting because the business people were very concerned, and I mean, we know that crime's going on in Westmoreland, but when it comes on your doorstep, you have to start worrying. And that is one of the reasons why the chamber called this meeting with all the people, the players that are at the top that can help us as a community to work together to help them to see if we can curb this crime monster.
Yes, I believe I can speak well tonight. I believe that ESP has spoken well, and also Negril comfortable with what he has said. I'm sure you will implement the programs that we talked about.
But I think with this incident, that happened yesterday, Saturday, and on Negril Road where they killed the taxi guy. I mean, that is really bad. It's getting so bad that, as I said, the chamber decided that would call this meeting so that people can rest in peace to know that something is going to be done. And we are hoping that it is done, and that things that the police said they will see as of tomorrow. One of the main things is actually make sure police are saturated within the space, the town, the social order in the town of Negril.
I operate the most successful tour company in the history of this country in terms of how it penetrates the communities, because we spread the love to the folks. So we know how to use social intervention, because that's what we do as opposed to be all-inclusive. We lock down the entire communities and starve the community of oxygen. But I like the outcome of that meeting. I think this should be like an introduction to other meetings, and I believe that, yeah, people have understood that police alone can't do this and we must supplement them. We're happy that our mentee is available to us as usual. We're happy that the cleaner is here and the outcome was awesome. But don't fool ourselves. Police alone can't do this. And we intend, my organization, Let's Make Negril Awesome WhatsApp group, is going to institute a business neighborhood watch where people share information and people become extremely vigilant, where I watch your back, you watch my back. It's not about how we encourage people to arm up themselves, and we encourage people to be active in self-defense and etc. etc. But again, to your question, was this meeting successful? Extremely successful. But I don't want us to believe that this was the solution to our challenges. I believe that more meetings should be had, maybe follow-up meetings like next week and the other week, because this problem, this crime monster that we have never came overnight, and one little meeting can solve it overnight. So again, just like you have your house and you want it to be secure, you have layers of security. Your fence is 10%, your dog is 10%, your neighbor 10%. We need multi-layer solution to crime in Jamaica. Social intervention, social no work, state emergency no work. People must participate in how we fight crime. It is absolutely important.
So the meeting today was, in my estimation, very successful and very productive in all estimations, and we can hear from the audience as well that they were reassured by the police that action is being taken and that there are successes. These successes are not particularly publicized because it's an ongoing investigation, but we were reassured that in a few short days on to see resolution of their efforts in their investigation. And as Member of Parliament, on top of this as well, the community will have called, and for those who have called me as well, asking for the government to act, we are acting. And we will see from today's meeting that we are trying to get the word out that we are together in one voice against this monster of crime that we're experiencing in the country.
I would say to visitors, Negril space is very safe, and I would tell them not to fear. Come enjoy the sun, sea, sand, and what Negril and Jamaica as a whole have to offer, because you will have a wonderful time. And I mean, crime is everywhere, and we are no different, but it's tackling the crime at the source that is our major problem. And once we've done that, we're going to be fine. Jamaica is just beautiful.
I would say to all the tourists who are listening to come to Negril. It's a spectacular place. We have beautiful beaches and sand. And what we have seen is something that has happened across the world, where we have from time to time issues with social inclusion. But I just want to reassure everyone that Negril is safe, people are warm and friendly, the food is good, and it's warm. Very important. In this cold time that is coming up to winter across the world, Negril continues to be the #1 destination for visitors from across the world. So nothing to worry about. We are here for you, waiting with a smile and a whole here for you to have